Good afternoon, Tara. Hope everybody's having a great weekend and a good Sunday. And if you're not, I hope it gets better for you. Today I was going to talk to y'all about boundaries. It's going to be pretty short and it's pretty simple. Boundaries that we have exist because of the people we care about. So the hard part about boundaries is enforcing them because we have to enforce them against the people that hurt us. And those are usually people we care about. One of the ironies of the human experience is that when you're a kid, you just know your world. You don't really have the ability or the access to see other worlds. It's changed a bit now, but it's still hard to do. And as you get older, you slowly start to realize there's lots of variety out there. And when you start comparing, contrasting with yours, well, some things may stand up and other things might not. And if you're unlucky, and it's a really unbalanced situation. So, when you're dealing with people that have hurt you, the goal is to be able to know and to forgive. I don't claim to be able to achieve that very often. I find forgiving hard. I can accept people, but I don't generally forgive them. My late wife, she could know and she could forgive. She was an amazing person. And so that's why we have boundaries, is because people hurt us. And we don't want to be hurt again because for the same reason, if you have a broken leg, you don't want somebody kicking you in the broken leg. I realize it's hard for folks to really make this an emotional understanding instead of an intellectual one, but wounds done to your psyche are just as real as a broken leg, and if untreated, are just as potentially serious and life threatening as a broken leg, or worse. You can't see the wounds. Well, not as obviously. You can see symptoms of the wounds, but you don't see big bloody rent on somebody's side, for example. But those big bloody rents are on people's minds and hearts, and we all have them, even the best of us. So, learning to enforce your boundaries is very hard, and I recommend starting off with the simple rule of spending time with those who want to spend time with you. Try to balance the relationships in your life. You will find that you probably have some unequal ones. And if you're looking at your relationships and the communication is one way, the care is one way, the constant, hey, we're friends stuff or we're family stuff is a one way, that's not healthy and it's unbalanced. And it's a sign of where you probably need to start learning how to enforce some boundaries. And they're hard and they take time and they hurt because you're dealing with bloody wounds that you can't see, and there is no effective amnesia for them. People drink and use various things that can mind alter, but the wounds don't go away. Not until you heal them. And ironically, the hardest thing to do, which is why therapy is important for folks, is to get the poison out of you. And the poison is how we feel about things. And if we can't talk about what hurts us and why it hurts us, we can't get that poison out of us. We can't confront where the hurt is and address the wound. In the process of learning to set your boundaries, you're going to discover some wounds in yourself, folks. They hurt. Don't turn away from them. Turn into them. Find the source. Bind it up. Heal it. It is possible. It just is hard because you can't visually see it. It's not like saying I'm overweight. I'm going to start exercising and see the pounds slowly go away if you stick to it. It really is the true definition of learning to be an adult is finding those places that you've been hurt and learning how to bind them up and heal them. Because if we don't, well, we do what was done to us to others. One merely need look at what's going on in Israel at this moment. And many of the people in Israel would 100% agree with me. Just as many of my family members here and there agree with me. Unfortunately, human society is stuck in the control of some incredibly nasty and disgusting human beings. And for whatever reason, despite the long history of this, humans won't move to act. And I think the fact that we run so much from the wounds that are inside of us has a large part to do with why we allow the feckless, the charlatans, murderers to claim themselves as leaders. Whereas the people that are the true leaders, like you bring up running for office to somebody that you respect, and their instant reaction is one of revulsion. And honestly, those are the people we should be electing. The people who the very idea of running for a political office causes revulsion for them. Because those are good people that you can trust, whether you agree with them or not. You can trust your children with them. Oh, I know. Y'all are fans of one side or the other. I don't care. Neither side has done anything other than fuck us all over, and you know it. You just don't want to face it. And again, I think it's because so many of us, instead of turning into those hard moments and finding ways to get the poison out, we're taught to bottle it up and keep it in and don't disturb sleeping dogs and all that other horseshit. So, that's solutions for today. Somewhat dour, I am sure, but I'll be happier at other times. But yes, enforcing boundaries hurts. It's hard. And it's the pathway to learning how to be a better you and a happier you. Because as uncomfortable as dealing with our wounds are, not dealing with them ruins your life. And potentially ruins the lives of those you love as well. So, good luck. I promise you, it's worth it.